Putin opponent gets sick in prison. Poisoning may be to blame. Allies say that anti-Kremlin activist Alexei Navalny fell ill in prison due to what appears to be poisoning. Navalny's spokeswoman, Kira Yarmish, said on Thursday that the 46-year-old had been experiencing severe stomach pain and had been unable to eat since early Saturday morning. His health is not in good condition, Yarmish said. To put it another way, we can't rule out the idea that he is being poisoned, not in a huge dosage as before, but in small ones so that he doesn't die immediately but for him to suffer and to ruin his health. In 2020, Navalny allegedly faced a poisoning attempt at the hands of the Kremlin, but he survived. After being flown to Germany for medical care, he returned to Russia in 2021 on his own accord, where he was promptly arrested. Over 11 years have been added to Navalny's sentence for charges of fraud and contempt of court that many believe were brought against him for political reasons. The outspoken Putin critic has spent more than a decade trying to shed light on corruption in the Kremlin. The Russian ambassador is furious that the United States has not yet approved his request to land in New York for a United Nations Security Council meeting. It's incomprehensible, Russian Ambassador Anatoly Antonov says. A transcript from the Russian embassy in Washington, D.C. quotes Antonov as saying, "The Americans have not yet sanctioned the arrival of Sergei Lavrov's aircraft. Russia has taken over the rotating presidency of the Security Council this month, much to the dismay of Ukraine and many in the West. Russia is still hellbent on bombing Ukrainian cities and seizing the neighboring country's land." However, according to Antonov, the Russian delegation has not been given single entry permission to travel to New York for the upcoming event. He said that last month, a meeting was cancelled without any explanation, for Russian media representatives to have their visa applications reviewed by the U.S. side. Everything we know, or think we know, about the state of the war in Ukraine over the past few days comes from secret Pentagon documents that appear to address a wide range of questions related to the conflict. The potential for a Ukrainian spring counteroffensive is, as might be expected, one of the main topics of conversation. The Russians appear to be fighting amongst themselves over the number of their casualties, and there are also reports of British special forces being present in Ukraine. While the Pentagon has apparently confirmed that the documents appear genuine, the adage, "truth is the first casualty of war," should be kept in mind when interpreting the conclusions reached by commentators, as is customary when dealing with leaked material. The Pentagon's official outlook on the highly anticipated counteroffensive, if accurate, is gloomy. University of Birmingham international security expert Stephen Wolfe has observed that U.S. intelligence seems pessimistic about the prospects for significant progress in Ukraine's spring push. Wolfe states that the problem is the rapidly dwindling supply of weapons. Ukraine continues to rely heavily on Soviet-era armor and artillery, and the country is rapidly running out of ammunition, although this is also true of Russia. The Western allies of Ukraine have been slow to deliver promised munitions, and the Ukrainian military has not yet received adequate training to use them. The war is likely to last a long time because neither side plans to compromise on the outcomes they want.